to Mseto.
Thank you, Mambo.
Mambo Mseto.
Mambo Mseto. Just like the old days.
Yeah, just like the old days, bro.
Tuva.
Hey,
Man.
how have you been?
I'm good. Have you been?
All good, all good.
It feels nice, I think, to be talking to you. In difference from, of course, with due respect, everybody else who has give me their time in the interviews.
Yes.
Then, man, now I'm a Tuva.
Yes.
How many years?
Around 18 years. 18 years.
18 years.
Yeah, over.
Damn.
We're still here.
How's Kenya? How's Nairobi?
Kenya is good. Nairobi is as usual. But having you is an honor, actually.
Thank you.
And we respect what you do,
Thank
what
you.
you've done for the industry.
Thank you.
Actually, the entire region celebrates you
Thank you.
and
Thank
your
you.
achievements.
Thank you.
Karibu sana kwenye Mseto once again.
Asante kabisa.
So how has it been since the last time we had time together? I think so many things have changed.
A lot.
But one thing that has remained is that you always keep reinventing yourself. What
Yes.
drives you, bro?
In the beginning, I set my bar so high, and definitely along the way comes challenges which I must jump over or break through. So I'm very sure that reinventing is one of them. Health is one of them.
Yeah.
Physical fitness is one of them. And accepting new inventions is one of them. Learning from experience is one of them. So with all that equipped with me, it became a bit obvious for me that if I don't do that for those, I'm left.
That's true.
Yeah.
There was a time I came to Kampala and you took me to a restaurant and we sat down and had a chat. There is one thing that you mentioned that I have been repeating as a lesson to many artists.
Yes.
That you have songwriters
Yes.
who work with you from
Yes.
different countries. Actually, you mentioned that you have
Very
some even
true.
from here.
Yes.
Kampala, young generation.
Very, very true.
Tell me about this and how it has helped you.
It's been, to me, it is, the industry matters so much. And the industry, the entertainment industry in East Africa is not made of just artists. It's made of DJs like you, presenters, media, producers, record companies. So it's an environment of creating jobs for different, brothers and sisters. So when you talk about a song, it's about how many people can have an opportunity to get a job on that song.
Okay.
So I already have mine as an artist. My job is to sing.
Okay.
It's okay for me to write, but then how many other people can get a job on that one song? One, there's a producer, the one who's going to produce the song.
That's true.
Two, there's an engineer who's going to engineer the song. Okay. Three, there's an engineer who's going to master the song. But they can also be a writer who is going to write the song or write with you.
That's true.
So when you as an artist have this mentality that it's all about you who's supposed to write your music, you're just killing an opportunity, a job opportunity for your sister in the next bedroom or your brother who can earn from that. But at the same time, the more ideas on one song, the better the song.
That's true.
In Luganda, we say, like when you have your teeth together with no gaps, okay, you bite the biggest and you're sure to bite a piece of meat. But if your teeth is totally spaced, the issue is going to be so hard. By the time you get that piece of meat, wow. So the togetherness achieves way much more than singular. So if a project has, like now this album, has had about 200 people behind it.
Break the chains.
Break
200?
the chains. Yes.
Bro, 200 people?
Spread between Kenya, Uganda, South Africa, Nigeria, UK.
Wow.
Yes. And the sole starter of this album is a Kenyan girl. Because we first wrote 25 songs.
Okay.
And she contributed to over 30 of those 50.
Who's this person?
We choose to keep quiet. She doesn't like to be exposed.
Okay.
But she's a very young girl. She's a Gen Z. And
She's
she
a
works
writer?
with Bushington.
A songwriter?
She's a songwriter. And she works with Bushington.
Mm-hmm.
Bushington is the one who put together this whole project.
Mm-hmm.
So when they were done with the 50, they came to me,
mm-hmm.
and I had to choose 25. And after the 25, then we started to put together different teams of people to agree on the 18. Mm-hmm. And then upon agreeing on the 18, that's when now we brought in the producers who were in, of course, Uganda, Nigeria, and South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I started to travel to the different countries to do audio, and then finally came back to Ghana to do the final audio. And then we had the music sent to the engineers, because the mixing was done by the professional engineers in the US.
Mm-hmm.
They are award-winning, Grammy award-winning engineers. Mm-hmm. They work with Burna Boy, Wheezy, you know, the highest level of production.
Yeah.
There's a person mixing, an engineer, and then there's an engineer. There are 2 engineers on it who did the mixing, each of them 8 songs.
Okay.
And then one person, one engineer who did the mastering.
Okay.
So you can see that all those are different levels of job opportunity.
I see. I like the title, Break the Chain.
Yeah.
It sounds like an awakening.
Yes.
It comes with the different meanings.
Yes.
But have you ever felt in your life, have you ever been at a point where it felt like maybe you're in chains?
Yes, and that's the whole reason why I did this. I mean, you remember the days we used to do music here, we were flying as East Africans.
Yeah.
All the awards on the continent of Africa, we used to have African, Ugandan, Kenyan artists being nominated, winning awards. The competition was everywhere. Yeah. Kenyan artists were coming to Uganda, Ugandan artists were coming to Kenya. All of a sudden it died.
Yeah.
And we just stayed still. I don't know who brought that chain to lock us down, despite the fact that we've seen our, brothers from Nigeria, pushing and passing artist to artist every year. They bring up a new one, they just blow up. Yeah. And then what hurts is they blow up from East Africa.
East Africa. It's actually here.
This
is the hub.
Kenya and Uganda.
Yes, that's true.
And then they're big in the globe. All of them. Okay. And they even give us the credit. You guys like us so much.
Yes, they do.
You look at the streams, Spotify, top 100, Kenyan Spotify. It's like 70% full of Nigerian artists, but they're being streamed by Kenyan artists. Look at the Uganda. It's a shame. Top 100 songs, Uganda Spotify. 95 of them are Nigerian. It's Ugandan streaming the Nigerian. So, to me, it has really become the reason why I said, no, I need to break this chain of, it's a mindset.
Okay.
Because again, we have to stop blaming the listeners, the fans, the followers. Maybe they have pointed us to the right direction for so long, and we just denying, or we just locked onto that tree with that chain.
Do you feel like they are pointing toward the direction of Afrobeat?
That's definite. I mean, it's obvious the globe has accepted Afrobeat. Who are we to just say no? We need to take advantage. And first of all, they're Nigerians. They are Africans. Yes. They're not Europeans. They're not Americans. So what's wrong with supporting a fellow African or joining a bandwagon with an African?
Without losing our own identity.
Without losing our own identity. So for me, that's the mentality. I in the beginning, I was really against it. I'm saying, why are Nigerians taking over Uganda? But before the Nigerians, we had accepted rap music. Yes. We had accepted the Jamaicans. Yes. We had accepted people
Lingala,
from where
Congo.
Lingala, at least it's African. But we had accepted way much more that comes from off the continent of Africa. Yeah. But now here you come with a brother in Africa doing something, and then you want to fight it or you want to deny it. And I'm not surprised that they have cruised so far global, and we are still stuck. Yet the train is free for us as Africans.
Do you feel like we have what it takes to break the chains?
Yes, we do.
Are you going to lead that? Are you going to
I'm
lead
leading the way. I mean, the album 16 tracks are right here.
All right. So we'll be sampling a few of the songs as we continue with our interview.
Okay.
What's the first song that you'd like us to start with from the
definitely Break the Chains. We can
kumuhusu Bebe Cool, basi hii ni nafasi yako kuinteract naye, utapiga simu baadaye. Alafu pia kama una swali kwa SMS unaweza kutumia 22106 na hashtag ni Mseto WCW. Pia as we celebrate women out there, wako wanawake wengi ambao wanafanya vizuri ambao pia tunawasherehekea. Bebe Cool ni mwanamume wa pekee ambaye ameonyesha umuhimu wa nafasi ya mwanamke katika maisha yake, kwa sababu amesimama na familia na anatembea na familia, ambapo mke wake Zuena ni mmoja kati ya watu instrumental sana kwenye maisha yake. So shout out for being a family man and one who respects women a lot. On Mseto WCW also celebrate women out there. What's that woman that you celebrate?
Of course, my mother.
How has Zuena helped you stay grounded?
This career, you definitely need someone to whip you, you know, and the best person to whip you is that person you always with, you know, more hours. You need someone to fear.
Yes.
And men usually fear their, you know, partners.
Yes.
And if you're a man who doesn't fear your wife or girlfriend, then you're not a good person.
So you fear?
Yes, I do, because you see, the business I do is hectic. It's got some Hennessy, it's got some champagne, it's got some ladies with hips don't lie.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a lot of discipline. So, and you know, like when you're out there, you meet all this stuff. So you need to think twice. You need a reason to say no.
Okay.
So Zuena, my wife has been a reason for me to, you know,
Stay grounded.
yeah, to take the pressure down.
All right. Earlier on, you mentioned something very important about embracing our sound, our
Yes.
Afrobeat and
Yes.
the music that we do. You mentioned the unity that used to be there a long time before.
Yes.
There used to be East African Bashment.
That's true.
Something that you guys started.
Yes.
But what happened to the East African Bashment crew? And do you feel like we were more united then during your time?
Yeah,
And
I think
now?
so. Yeah. I think artists in East Africa were more united then than now, because we had a common goal, because we all were, you know, feeling like we're suffering the same problem. But today I see a total, you know, split between Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. I'm not seeing more collabos. I'm not seeing more concerts inter-order, because those days, I mean, Nameless every week, Red Sun every week, Gidi Maji Maji every other week, you know, name every artist.
Where did we go wrong?
We became comfortable, and that's how our brothers in West Africa surpassed us. Because of course the industry can be enough in East Africa. You can easily be mistaken and you stay comfortable. We started buying cars, houses, before we even got out of East Africa.
Yeah.
So we became comfortable in East Africa. Recently when I went to London, I was doing an interview with Adesope. Adesope is one of the makers of Afrobeat in the UK. You know, the UK is the whole sound origin of Afrobeat, all the Nigerians there, and then it goes global. So he was like, Bebe, you came here before all these big artists in Nigeria. I used to go to London, but what I used to do in London for concerts, one, I fly in on a Thursday. On Friday, they keep me in an apartment of a Ugandan. On Saturday, I perform for Ugandans. And on Sunday, I fly back to Uganda. So it was like, I mean, you're only going to perform for those who know you. But Nigerians, when they come here, they know they have a gig. They come 30 days before. They go all over, exactly what I'm doing now. Okay, on radios, on TVs, in houses. They are fellow Nigerians, parties, restaurants, every opportunity to introduce themselves, their music, and call fans and get people to know them. Radio stations. So after the gig, when the gig comes, boom, they have big numbers. And even after the gig, they use those pictures and videos to go again to the radio stations and TVs and prove to the people of England that you see I'm a big guy. So this is a guy who has spent 2 months in London. A Nigerian spending 2 months in London, and a Kenyan or Ugandan spending 1 week in London. Someone, this has to show.
One of the people who played a very big role in actually promoting your music,
yes,
is Uncle Fred Ubachi Machuka, you remember?
Yes, I do, 100%.
We have him here.
Surprise!
So
You guy.
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Alhamdulillah, you are
been a
alive.
long time.
And it's strong, and it's been such a long
Since
time.
Tusker 20
country,
yeah.
I remember we there was a time me, you, Uncle Fred went to London.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
remember?
not 20 kazi.
Yes.
You know,
Uncle,
and we did O2 Arena. The
yes,
small
I
one.
remember that.
Yeah.
That's where
Uncle, please have a seat and
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember that was the last time I think. Yeah.
That was the last time I had such a,
Yeah.
and it was my last performance in London.
In London.
Yeah,
Also,
since that
Day,
time.
I refused to perform in London again.
Yes.
I remember
I
that
said,
time.
I said, no.
Yeah,
If these guys can get me performing O2 Arena,
right.
even if it is the smaller one, I'm
Yeah.
supposed by now to be doing the big O2 Arena.
That's true. That's
So
true.
that's where the chains were locked mentally,
Mm.
and you know, I believe that comfort just killed us all as East Africans.
Okay. Uncle, unasemaje kuhusu role ya Bebe Cool katika muziki wetu wa East Africa and the thing that
Zuri,
Mhm.
Zuri. When they started with Red Sun and the
Chameleon.
Chameleon, it was
Yes.
dynamite.
Yes.
Very dedicated young people.
Mm.
I remember that, you know, when they were really struggling to put their name in the in the East African map.
Yes.
And it was a good association. And that is the time that you know, people were starting to get a feel of the East African sound. Like he's rightly said, you know, stardom
Yeah.
is the biggest enemy you can ever have, especially that stardom that you feel yourself that you have arrived even before the journey starts.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I think
They are at a comfort zone, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are reached the top.
nobody, you know, until you get to the level of Abba,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
then you say you've arrived.
That's true.
But before then, no. You got to keep on grinding.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
I've just arrived, by the way, from Sweden.
Karibu sana.
Yeah, so yeah, and those people work hard,
Mm.
and our people should
We need to. That's why I'm
work
not
hard,
giving in.
and the collabos and stuff.
Yeah.
There is a lot. I was just listening a minute ago when you were talking about, you know, even your wife.
Yes.
About the aspect of not just fearing but giving her respect.
Yes,
Because
yes.
if you don't do that, sometimes you fall by the wayside pretty
Not
fast.
even sometimes.
Yeah.
You always fall off. Really.
Mm.
Yes, so I wish you well. Nice to see you. Bebe, cool, man. It's been a while.
You gave me a surprise, man.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have been here.
And you see, the three of us were actually in London for that O2 event. and,
Yes.
It was actually
It was
big.
I understand.
So even it was small. It was a small arena,
Yeah.
Yes.
but it was a.
No, but it's good. You begin there and then you get. I understand
so
BN is gonna be in there.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what.
But you know what, Bebe?
Yes.
It's not too late. You're still a very young man.
course.
Yeah.
You
of
are
course.
still a very young man.
course. Uncle.
You can blow.
Yes. He has Break the Chains.
Yes.
It's a new
I
project.
just outed my new album 30 days ago. It's called Break the Chains.
Break the Chains.
Yes.
So now I'm on the media tour,
Yeah.
which is going to take me to about 8 countries in Africa.
Wonderful.
And then definitely I'll be in London for media tour for 3 weeks.
Amazing.
Great.
So in that way, I believe what you say that there's still time.
A lot of time. A lot of time.
Yeah.
A lot of time. I had a chance watching Kenny Rogers performing
Yeah, I remember that.
just about 3 years before
I
he
remember.
passed on. And had a chance to speak to Kenny Rogers.
Wow.
You know, and he told me was still going on.
Yeah.
So he was not about to retire.
To retire.
So if Kenny Rogers over 80, then
And how about the 40?
Yeah, well,
still a baby. The world is, you know, your carpet. Walk on it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's right. Asante sana kama kawaida. Uncle Fredo tunasema thank you for the surprise. Bebe kama kawa. Right, tunaendelea break kidogo tutakuja kwenye muziki na muziki zaidi. Tunakuja cool.
Settle.
Yeah, we need this picture.